What's going on, everybody? It is BuLLeT, and I'm bringing you another Black Ops 2 commentary, gameplay, information video. Pretty much going to talk about what I think about the game thus far after watching the stream today, and today would be Wednesday, August 15th. And pretty much what happened today is it was Gamescom. There was a big reveal of the multiplayer for Black Ops 2. They had some pro teams. They had Optic and Envious, SK, and another European team. Can't remember their name at the current moment, but that's not a big deal. And they had them all come out and play competitive matches on stream, and they had it shoutcasted by Fwiz, and Vonderhaar did few games of it. But what they mainly were there to do was they were mainly there to show CoDCasting. Now, CoDCasting is what you see here. This is actually in the game. This is a whole new interface other than you see Hastro and Fwiz there commentating. But the whole scoreboard over there on the side. Now, what that is, it's called CoDCasting. It's like this new theme feature inside the video, which now what it actually is it's pretty much what they're making into a production value. They're making a production out of Call of Duty because that was the main problem from past Call of Duties is that it's boring to watch. It's not really anything spectacular. I mean, when you're spectating somebody on the team, you can't really see their screen at all. You just see spectating blah 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 right on the top of the screen, and then you see them playing, and it's always kind of delayed and stuff. But what they're trying to do with this is they're trying to put you in the game. And what I thought was awesome is that they show you can see what kill streak they're on, like how many kills in a row they have. You can see how many objectives they've captured. They have that new scoreboard at the top. But what I think is the coolest feature of CoDCasting, oh, they also have the mini map right there. What I think is the coolest feature of CoDCasting is actually the in-game voice thing, which I'm gonna explain what that means. Is that when you're watching the game in spectator or CoDCasting mode, you can click on the team, and it's just one click, and it goes straight to their in-game voice. It cuts you out and goes straight to the in-game voice, and you can listen to what they're saying, and you can switch between teams. And I think that's awesome, because that's a major thing that you had to do concurrently while streaming an event. Is that you had to have the team's audios going through separate programs, and you had to seam it into your stream while streaming. Now it's just right there. You just press a button, you can hear what they're saying. Because before, when you were in spectator, you couldn't hear the other people talking. And some other stuff that they were showing today was a new game type called Hardpoint. Which now what Hardpoint is, it's pretty much, I should say, King of the Hill maybe. Pretty much basically King of the Hill. You have to have at least one person on it to keep the hill captured. You have to capture it over time, stuff similar to King of the Hill. It's not as big of an area. It's a very small area. It's a little square rather than a circle you see most King of the Hills. And also they were showing off all these new weapons and attachments and kill streaks and stuff. And most of the guns that they used the most in the show matches were definitely the XM8 and the Type 25. Which the XM8 and the Type 25, I believe, are both assault rifles. But the thing that caught my eye the most is that most people on the assault rifles were using a new method called select fire. And what select fire is, you can actually switch between burst and automatic. I'm not sure if you can switch a single shot. That would be kind of useless in Call of Duty. But that's something we haven't seen in a Call of Duty game since Call of Duty 1 was released, Call of Duty Classic, the original Call of Duty. That actually had, I don't even know if that game was released on consoles. I think it was just Call of Duty 5 Missed Hour that was released on consoles. The original Call of Duty, you were able to switch between single, double, or fully automatic firing for most assault rifles that were able to handle that back in World War II. But it's not very many, but you could do it. And that's what a lot of people were using because, I mean, it was very accurate, guns are very deadly, but what I must say, though, is that what I am not liking about what I saw today is that there's not very much recoil in the guns. The guns are very low recoil, very high damaging, it looked like, and that's not what I wanted to see out of this game. I wanted to see a very high gun skilled, low damage game as Black Ops was. Black Ops, their guns had the most recoil out of any Call of Duty I've seen really since Call of Duty 4. And that's what made Call of Duty 4 such a skill-based game compared to all the other Call of Duties, is that you had to hit your shots, you had to have good shots. You couldn't just full auto most of the time, I should say. Close range, another deal. But long range, you couldn't just hold the AK. Long range, you could hold the M16 as it was burst fire, but I mean, obviously. But that's what I did not want to see out of this game. Laser shots like Modern Warfare 2, ACR, stuff like that. But what I did see is that most of the guns are like that. So I mean, hopefully there's gonna be a diversity. And another big thing I noticed is that there's a huge diversity in scopes. I mean, and sights, I should say. There's a bunch of different sights. There's a bunch of different scopes. There's a bunch of different just things you can do with your guns. There's laser sights. There's different scopes for your sniper rifles. I mean, it's just awesome. And I like the bullet streaming from the snipers. So far, this game's looking very good. Um, there's a few things I don't like about it, but there's always going to be things you don't like about it, and you can't just sit on the things that you don't like. You gotta just deal with them. You know, that's what you got to do with competitive games. Deal with it and see if there's some way you can fix it or something. But so far, I really like the way this game's turning out, and I really like how Treyarch is taking in the esports approach. Because I mean, you can't get much more backed by esports than hiring somebody to be an esports advisor. Everything you do with multiplayer reveals has shoutcasting, esports, teams playing against each other. That's just what we're here to do. Is try to make this game competitive. That's what I'm here to do. I'm trying to get this game competitive and get the community involved in esports because it's an awesome thing. MLG hopefully will pick up Black Ops 2. I can't really say if it is or isn't because it's completely determined by us, I should say. It's nothing to do with them. If it doesn't get picked up, it's our fault, not their fault. Um, but I mean, I would be very surprised if there's no LAN when this game releases, like the other games other than Black Ops, because there will be. I could almost guarantee that because they'd be stupid to put all this stuff in here and not have LAN. But I thank you guys for watching and listening to me talk about Black Ops 2. Please make sure you check out vVv Gaming. A link to our website and all the information you need from Black Ops for Black Ops 2 should be in the description below. Thank you.